Hello, good afternoon, happy Friday. This is your Dizzy Dude, Adam Tilted. It is Friday, January 12th, 2018, and I've been thinking about networking. How do you feel about networking? Most people are like, ugh, I know I need to do it, but I hate it. I don't know what to do. I feel awkward. We're going to talk about some tips today that will help you feel less awkward and allow you to be more productive and more effective in your networking. And this is for business or personal, by the way. The same strategies will work in either situation. But first, I want to show you some images I got from the telescopes. And thank you to my Patreon sponsors. Once again, you are paying for access to the telescope. I hope to be able to bump up that access soon. Please consider supporting the show at patreon.com/AdamTilted. There's a link in the description. And also, if you would please subscribe to my YouTube channel, that would be awesome. Let's take a look at some pictures. Do you remember me talking about the Orion Nebula? In the constellation Orion, there he is, Orion. His belt extends down this way. And the middle one of these is not a star. It's a nebula. And in fact, the software, if I zoom in, it has an image of that nebula. That is the Great Nebula in Orion, or also known as the Orion Nebula. That's the Hubble image. Isn't that amazing? Now, obviously, I don't expect to get the same quality images from the SLU telescopes here on Earth. The Hubble has a big advantage because it's up above the atmosphere. This is the image that I got from SLU using telescope. I believe it was in the Canary Islands. All right, that's not nearly as pretty, right? Wow. Back when I was just learning how to manipulate astronomical photographs, I had a more advanced membership to SLU, and I was able to get the raw images, and I was able to develop a picture that looks more like this. This is a lot better than that. It's not going to be like this, but this is getting close. Now, when I processed this image, this was back in 2014, and I was just at the beginning of learning how to process astronomical images. It's kind of a steep learning curve, but it's really fun to do because as you do, you can tease out all these different details. Unfortunately, with the subscription that I have, the membership that I have, I don't have access to the files I need to improve this image. So if I can get another couple of dollars a month from my sponsors, then I'll be able to upgrade my membership and we can see how much closer we can get this to this. And I'll even show you how I do that because it is quite interesting how the astrophotography works. Just to give you an idea, this picture, it comes in a specific file type called FITS, F-I-T-S. I can't remember what it stands for. But it's the raw image from the telescope, all the raw data. Telescopes do not take color images because black and white images have much greater resolution. So to get the color, they use filters. Take an image through each of the color filters, and then you combine them and adjust them properly to tease out an image that looks something more like this. So that's what I'm hoping to do with the SLU telescopes once we get enough sponsors to pay to upgrade my membership. Let's talk about networking. Networking. So you go to an event and you don't know anybody. Do you want to meet people that could potentially be business contacts, clients, co-workers, colleagues? You're in this big room. Everybody else seems to know each other and you don't know anybody. Have you been there? I've been there. You've got to put yourself out there. That can be very intimidating. And so I have developed 5 tips for you to follow the next time you're in a business or social situation and you want to be able to work the room and meet some people. The number one thing, first thing you should do is look for the loners. People often, when they go to networking events, I've seen this so many times. People go to a networking event and they just hang out with the people that they already know. Such a missed opportunity. Such a missed opportunity. I know it's more comfortable, but is that really why you went? Because if you just want to hang out with the people that you know, maybe you should just go out for happy hour. So look for the people that are by themselves because those are the people that they don't know what to do either. but you've got an advantage because you've got these tips. Also, another reason why you want to look for loners is because if there's a group of people that know each other and they're already engaged in a conversation, they may not be receptive to someone new coming in and joining the conversation. So we're going to leave those clicks for later. Second thing, don't talk about work. Do you hear me? Don't talk about work. Don't. Even if you're at a business thing, especially if you're at a business thing, don't talk about work. If the other person starts talking about work, try to change the subject. The purpose of networking is not to find out what job everybody has or for everyone to know what job you have. The purpose of networking is to find cool people that you can connect with and build a relationship with. And maybe in the future, you'll have a business opportunity, or they may introduce you to someone that has a business opportunity. But you're not there to get clients and you're not there to get a job. You are there to meet people and find people that are interesting to you and that you are interested in working with. So don't talk about work. Introduce people to each other. This is a really slick trick, okay, because it makes it look like you are in on the party. When you meet someone, you talk to them for a little bit. By the way, I should have put this in there. Don't get stuck talking to the same person all night, all right? Give yourself a time limit and then, excuse me, I need to go check in with someone. I'll talk to you later. Or even better, while you're engaging with someone, if you see someone that you know, say, hey, I want to introduce you to someone. And you take them over there and you drop them off with a new person, and then you go find somebody else to hang out with. And then after you meet somebody else cool, you can introduce that person to the first person that you met. You see what's happening here? We're making a network. People are going to remember that. If you introduce them to somebody else, they're going to remember you. They're actually going to remember you maybe more than the person you introduced them to, because you're doing something for them. You're introducing them to somebody else. Along the same lines as don't talk about work, be stingy with your business card. Have you been to an event where someone goes around and is just handing out their card? I don't care about that. When I get home, I'm going to look at my stack of cards that I got from everybody at this conference or whatever. And I'm like, who the heck is this? I have no idea who this is. Only give your card to people that you intend to continue building a relationship with. If they're not your kind of person and you're ready to move on, why give them your card? Be selective with who you give your card to. The real special people get a card. Don't just give them out willy-nilly. And then finally, follow up. Follow up. If you meet someone cool and you give them your card and you get their card, then send them an email or send them a text message or friend them on Facebook or Snapchat or Twitter or Instagram or whatever and say, thank you. It was nice meeting you. I hope we can see each other again soon. Then continue following up. The next week, hey, how are you doing? Checking in on you. If it's someone that you want to continue to build a business relationship with, recommend getting together. Hey, would you like to have lunch sometime next week? And then maybe you talk about work, maybe you don't. Because remember, the most important thing is the relationship. You want to build the relationship. 5 tips. Look for the loners. Easy pickings. Don't talk about work. Try to find something you have in common with the person, like hobbies or books that you've read or your favorite movie or how do you like the food or wow, take a look at these flowers or did you have trouble parking? Whatever. Just something that's not about your job. You're building relationships, not sharing your resume. Introduce people to each other as you're helping them network, and then that's going to put you in a better position. It also just really makes you feel more confident, because if you can go up to somebody that you know and introduce somebody you just met, that's going to boost your confidence, and it's going to be easy for you next time. Don't give your card out to everybody, only the sexy people, and then follow up with them. Same thing works for parties, by the way. You may or may not want to give someone your card at a party. How many of you still use business cards? I've noticed some people have stopped using business cards and they'll just, right on the spot add you on their phone. I do kind of a combination of both, but I'm curious what you do. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Adam Tilted, your dizzy dude. Until next time, don't forget to look up.